If someone can only invest $1 million, they're not going to be able to afford to buy a house, are they? So that therein lies the problem. So then they're like, well, if I've got $1 million to invest, would I look at apartment in Elwood?
Well, the affordability and older unit situation is something we're very familiar with in, say, the eastern suburbs of Sydney. And what we always found was one particular submarket group of units that was always in high demand and got some of the best prices were the garden apartments. So it was that fallback.
Yep.
Okay, so you could at least have a kid and throw the kid in the back area.
Absolutely. Yeah. You stole my thunder there, Ken. I actually meant to say that. The garden apartments, absolutely perfect. I mean, especially if you've got a courtyard on title, it suits the downside. It's got the little dog, and it suits the family who wants the dog and the one kid. And they're super scarce. Developers aren't building them, right? And so that's the stuff that would do really well in Melbourne, especially a very cute looking Art Deco building with nice gardens on a beautiful street. Surrounded by, very few other apartment blocks and ideally expensive houses. You do well. But I guess I'd just be thinking, is that the most optimal way to invest your money? Could you go into a housing market in different parts of Melbourne for that? Could you go in the north? Could you go in the inner west? I don't know, but that's what I'd be thinking.
I don't think you can for $1 million anymore, can you, Ken?
It's getting tight, but you could have potentially 12 months ago, right?
Yeah.
It'd be worth exploring that to then go, okay, well, if I've got $1 million budget in Melbourne, is that the best place?
I guess it's a case of two. You've got something halfway in between the villas. The capital growth is about halfway in between as well. So if you can find villas or even townhomes as opposed to apartments, then it's a halfway between the two in terms of style, but also capital gain.
Well, it's a good point, Ken, because you could go that. You could go, look, I'm going to go for the housing market in the inner north or inner west, or maybe I'll go for the villas and I'll go down Bayside, right? I'll go down towards Brighton and down the sort of Sandringham train line. And that could also make sense. If you get a bigger 2-bedroom villa with a little garden, with parking in a nice, cute street surrounded by $4 million houses for $1 million, you'd probably go for that as well.